Hello there.
Hello, beautiful.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. Hosting this one solo. Tim is watching some emotions present themselves on screen. I don't have much hope for it, but by the time this comes out, I'll have seen it and Inside Out too. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. But anyway, I'm moving, hence all the garbage bags. But all of that is unimportant. What is important is we have a great match for you today. Two 1-0 rookies won their debut matches in Act 3 in the summer, facing off to try and go 2-0. Real exciting stuff. We have Richie Goodacre going up against JD Domash. There's been like 4 JDs in this league. But JD Domash is here to play against Richie. I'm excited. Both of them did very well in their debuts. So let's see how they do in round number 2. Let's hear how the players are feeling in the promos.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I had a great match last time around. And look, I'm continuing to ride this wave or whatever. I don't know how big the wave's going to be, but I'm here for it. So and I'm just here to see what I can do. JD's a good competitor. I've versed him a couple of times in other leagues, so should be a hotly contested match. So obviously I'm hoping I'm going to win, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's the spirit.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm shocked that I won the first time. I'm surprised I'm still here. I just like to have fun. As mentioned, I've also come across Richie in a couple different leagues. Well, hope for the best and just hope to have a lot of fun.
I find often that people didn't assume they would win and be in place, and now it's funny because both of them are like, "Oh, I'm probably not going to." One of them's going to win. It's going to be exciting. Let's get into round number 1. Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions that are on the Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, I'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. And should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions? Do we get in round number 1?
All
right. Richie, are you able to back up at all?
yeah.
All right. That's perfect right there. Awesome. All right, gentlemen, your first question is going to come in the category of YA. Which Twilight film features Bella inviting Edward to a location called La Push? These players have only played 1 match. I'm not entirely sure what all of their interests are. I would guess that this one falls outside the realm, but maybe that's just me being judgmental. Who knows? I've been wrong before. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD.
Eclipse?
And Richie.
I also said Eclipse.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We're looking for the first one, Twilight.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Your second question comes in the category of American Spies. In Mission Impossible 3, what is Julia Mead's profession? JD and Richie, just make sure we can see those hands. Perfect.
Can I get a repeat?
Yeah, technical or just a regular one?
Regular one.
Regular. All right. Yep, that'll be JD's first repeat. The question again. In Mission Impossible 3, what is Julia Mead's profession? These good movies. Category as a whole, not my favorite. A little boring, but like.
Do you just need general?
General answer would be perfectly fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Richie.
I'm gonna go old trusty lawyer.
And JD.
I'm hoping it's his fiance, right? Is it doctor?
I don't think we can accept that. She's a nurse. For a nurse. But it is the fiance. You were in the right ballpark. But Julia's a nurse.
Doctor nurse. That's what I was.
Yeah, gotcha. Third question will come in the category of Marvel. Your question is, who plays Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man? Tough. You get some tough ones, and then you get one, and you get on a roll. As I was saying, I like the Mission Impossible series, but the other ones in that category, call Jason 4 boring.
Okay.
Like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD.
It is Bryce Dallas. No, Emma Stone.
And Richie.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone is correct. Both on the board, point apiece, 1-1 as we get to the next question, which comes in the category of DreamWorks Animation. What literary character serves as the main villain and Puss in Boots' childhood friend in Puss in Boots? Typos abound. There we go. And now everything's spelled right. You're welcome, Tim. Tim doesn't check it. Tim just assumes I spelled everything right. And then just counts it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Richie.
Humpty Dumpty.
And JD.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and all the king's horses.
And yes, he did. Humpty Dumpty is correct. It's 2-2. Let's move to the next question in the category of DC. How is Claire Walsh killed in the kitchen? I tested this question on my girlfriend, and she was like, "In what movie?" I was like, "In the kitchen." She was like, "Okay, she was killed in the kitchen, but like, what movie was she in the kitchen in?" And I was like, "No, the movie is called The Kitchen." It was a very fun conversation. I wish it was captured on film.
I've seen this movie.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and I know which character you're talking about.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, JD. We'll start with JD.
I didn't have anything. I couldn't write anything down in time.
Go to Richie.
I said shot.
Shot is the correct answer. So Richie will call it. It's 3-2. As we get to the next question in the category of Law and Order. What is the name of the drug produced by Kane's gang in RoboCop 2?
Oh my god. The movie I've seen one time.
These are odd ones. I'll give you that. Surprised this hasn't happened in real life yet. Maybe we're like close, but you know. The plot of this movie, I feel like should have happened already. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD, I think. Sure.
I guess excess. It was a guess.
True. Richie.
I don't know. Paralyzer. I don't know.
Both great guesses, but unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for nuke. Nuke is the answer.
Nuke.
So we move to the next question, which comes in the category of mixed bag. And your question is, who plays a telepathic mutant, immortal businessman, and captain of the Enterprise in Fandom films? If you knew that. I assumed you knew that because that's kind of what the whole thing is. Excellent question to whoever wrote it, because it was not me. 5.
Can I get a repeat?
You can. That is your first repeat, Richie. Question again. Who plays a telepathic mutant, immortal businessman, and captain of the Enterprise in Fandom films? Again, I'm not sure if you needed that, but Sometimes. Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Richie. We'll start with Richie.
I didn't get anything.
And JD.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart is correct.
Yeah,
JD will tie it up. It is 3 points apiece as we get to the next question. Comes in the category of criminal underworld. Your question is, how does Han appear to die in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? You have to write appear to die for everything in this freaking franchise because
yeah, technically in the last one, somebody came back.
God forbid anyone actually died. Oh, that's what that is? Oh, why? I brought that. My mom brought, or no, I got that delivered here. That's very interesting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD.
It was. I went with. It depends on how specific you are. It changed. I went with car crash. I went based on Tokyo Drift. It was a car crash.
And we'll go to Richie.
I put his car explodes because it ultimately kills him. He's trapped inside.
I'm going to say both are correct. He crashes, which the car explodes, and you don't find out till later that someone like put a bomb.
Murdered him, but then it
based on Tokyo Drift, the car crashed, and that's what ultimately led to his death. Both are correct. You're each going to get a point. It's 4-4. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category of creature features. Which Jurassic Park film features an infant T-Rex?
I love this franchise so much.
Damn, that sucks. It's kind of weird that we got invited in general, but yeah. Well, maybe you go there in the morning and get back here by 4, and then we do the thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD.
The Lost World Jurassic Park.
And Richie.
Yeah, I don't know if you need the full title to the Lost World, but if I don't have the Jurassic Park.
The Lost World will accept the Lost World Jurassic Park. Both answers are correct. We are still tied at 5 points apiece. As we get to the final question, which comes in the category of sci-fi icons. What is the name of the character played by Gloria Foster and Mary Alice in the Matrix franchise? Both gentlemen, if you could just lift your hands just a tad. You've got the habit of writing like just off screen. Nah, Tim sucks. He's going to watch a kid's movie. Yep.
It's like he has a kid or something.
5. I don't think they're bringing the kid. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Richie.
It's a ghost.
And JD.
The Oracle?
The Oracle is correct. JD will hit that and take the lead at the end of round number 1. Very good round. JD in the lead 6 to Richie's 5, but anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like check down a multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1, but be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are horror icons, criminal underworld, Law and Order, DC, MCU, Star Wars, Star Trek, and American Spies. JD, you're in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Richie?
Let's defer.
Alrighty then. Richie, this will be your first spin.
Mm-hmm.
Lands on Star Trek. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Spin again.
Alrighty. This is your second spin. It lands on opponent's choice. So, JD, please assign Richie the category. Do you need to hear the categories again?
Yeah, let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. They are horror icons, criminal underworld, Law and Order, DC, MCU, Star Wars, Star Trek, and American Spies.
Let's go Star Trek.
righty. Sounds like a plan. Richie, you've been assigned the category of Star Trek. I will be administering your questions. Are you prepared for them?
Yeah.
All right, your first question. Which Star Trek film features a member of the Enterprise getting stabbed in the abdomen by shrapnel? Just make sure we keep seeing both your hands. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hopefully. Anyway. Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, The Wrath of Khan, B, The Final Frontier, C, Nemesis, or D, Beyond?
I'll go Final Frontier.
That is incorrect. JD, chance for the 1-point steal. Your options again are A, The Wrath of Khan, B, The Final Frontier, C, Nemesis, or D, Beyond.
Nemesis. C.
That's unfortunately also incorrect. We were looking for Star Trek Beyond. D.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got you because it was yeah. I got you. Okay.
All right, Richie, your second question in Star Trek. Marina Sirtis appears in how many Star Trek films?
I'm just going to go with my logic of when in doubt, 3 it out. So 3.
That's unfortunately incorrect. JD, chance for the 2-point steal.
Can I get a repeat?
You can. The question again. Marina Sirtis appears in how many Star Trek films? This is your second repeat. JD makes sure we see both your hands. Perfect.
Trying to think if I'm trying to remember. Okay. Right.
5,
Trying to remember.
4, 3, 2,
4.
1. Sorry, say that again.
4.
4 is correct for the 2-point steal.
I was just trying to remember which generation.
You spoke like right as I said 1, and then but yes. Richie, back to you for your next question in Star Trek. Your question is, which Enterprise crew member said the quote, "Certainly, sir. How else can I keep my reputation as a miracle worker"?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Sulu, B, Data, C, Scotty, or D, Riker?
I'll say C, Scotty.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Richie, your penultimate question. In Star Trek 09, what is the first part of Kirk's body to swell up thanks to the medication he is given aboard the Enterprise?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, hand, B, foot, C, ear, or D, tongue?
Say tongue.
That's correct for 1 point.
Yeah, I remember that now.
All right, and Richie, your final question in Star Trek. In Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, Kirk invites a group of what alien race to have dinner aboard the Enterprise?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Klingons, B, Vulcans, C, Romulans, or D, Deltans?
Klingons.
That is correct. For 1 more point in a tie game in the end of Richie's round number 2, he gets his score up to 8 with the steals. JD is also at 8. So we will bring back up the wheel. And JD, this will be your first one. Lands on Criminal Underworld. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Ooh, that's like a 50-50. You know what? Let's keep it. I'm here. As I said, I'm here for fun. Let's keep it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. JD will be reading your questions in the category of Criminal Underworld. Are you prepared for them?
I guess so.
Right. Your first question. Which Fast and Furious film features the character Riley Hicks, a DSS agent who turns out to be a double agent for the main villain? 5, 4, 3.
Pass X.
That is incorrect. Richie, chance for the 2-point steal.
Ooh.
I'll say Fate of the Furious.
That is unfortunately also incorrect. We're looking for Fast and Furious 6.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
All right, JD, your next question.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Gina. All right, JD, your next question.
I blocked
What?
that on my head.
What actor and friend of Julia Roberts confronts Tess at the hotel while she is posing as Julia in Ocean's 12?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Bruce Willis, B, Sean Penn, C, Clive Owen, or D, Will Smith?
Can I get a repeat of the options?
You can. Your options again are A, Bruce Willis, B, Sean Penn, C, Clive Owen, or D, Will Smith.
Clive Owen?
That is incorrect. Richie, chance for the 1-point steal. Your options again are A, Bruce Willis, B, Sean Penn, C, Clive Owen, or D, Will Smith.
torn between two, but I'm going to go Sean Penn.
That is unfortunately also incorrect. We're looking for A, Bruce Willis.
Oh, I knew it was. I was just saying that.
All right. Richie, or no, not Richie. JD, your third question in Criminal Underworld. In John Wick, how does John kill the main villain, Vigo?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, shoots him, B, stabs him, C, runs him over, or D, pushes him off a building?
Okay, I'm between two. I'm going to go stab.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
All right, JD, your penultimate question. Complete this quote from The Fast and the Furious. It doesn't matter if you win by a blank or a mile. Winning is winning.
A mile?
That is incorrect. Richie, chance for the 2-point steal.
An inch?
That is correct for the 2-point steal.
Mm.
All right, JD, your final question in Criminal Underworld. In John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, John is attacked and injured by a hitman in what type of location prior to his contract going live?
A library.
That is correct for 2 points. The end of the lead and the end of round number 2. After that round, JD gets his score up to 11 with the steals. Richie is at 10. We got a 1-point game going into round number 3. Here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom fights. Once players see the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the category, or on the question. If they get the question correct, they'll gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions? We get into round number 3.
Nope.
No.
All right. First category you can bet points on is Star Trek. Let's get bets, starting with JD.
I want a point.
All right, and Richie.
Goose egg.
All righty. Your question in Star Trek. In Star Trek First Contact, which crew member tells Zephram Cochrane about where his future statue will be? This one's not bad. It's pretty good, Millie, I would say. You don't know. 5, 4,
Regretting this
3,
decision.
2, 1. Pens down. Start with Richie, who bet 0.
I just put Sulu.
And JD.
I went striker.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We were looking for Geordie LaForge was the correct answer. So JD
Okay.
will lose a point. Richie will stay right where he is, which means we got a tie game, 10 points apiece. As we move to the second category, you can bet points on, and that category is sci-fi icons. Let's get bets, starting with Richie.
1.
All right, and JD.
0.
All righty, your question in sci-fi icons. Who plays the Ghostbuster Egon in Ghostbusters? Now you.
I'm regretting both decisions. All right.
Yeah.
Seems to be
That's
that
the
the
thing,
max
man.
for me, but it is
Right,
what it
Anna,
is.
don't you love the betting round? Just looking at pictures of corgis. I don't know why. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD, who bet 0.
Harold Ramis.
And Richie.
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis is correct. So Richie will gain 1 point. JD will stay where he is. Richie is now in the lead, 11-10. Still a 1-point game as we get to the third category that you can bet points on, and that category is Disney animation. Let's get bets, starting with JD
0.
and Richie.
What a barn burner, 0.
All right, stats only. Your question in Disney animation. In Strange World, Pando is revealed to ultimately be emanating from what specific part of the giant celestial being's body?
No one saw this movie.
I must
I
say, if
saw
you've
this
not
movie,
seen it-
unfortunately, and I
If
don't
you've
remember.
not seen this movie, the sentence I just said is a wild one.
Yeah, can you repeat that weird sentence?
Sure, that is your second repeat, Richie. Question again. In Strange World, Pando is revealed to ultimately be emanating from what specific part of the giant celestial being's body? Which, yeah, no, if you haven't seen this, that's confusing. Lay on the floor. Yeah, that's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. We'll start with JD
I couldn't get it.
and Richie.
The brain, I don't know.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We're looking for the heart. The heart. But score stays the same. Richie's still in the lead by 1, 11-10. As we move to the penultimate category that you can bet points on, and that category is Star Wars. Let's get bets, starting with Richie.
Tell me if you're excited. 0. Yeah.
And JD.
Gonna take a risk. I'm gonna do 1.
All right, 1 point. Your question in the category of Star Wars. Which Star Wars film features the use of a captain's medallion to sneak aboard a ship?
Oh
You
my
know
god.
this? You didn't hear it? I can't say it again. You're ridiculous. JD, just make sure both hands.
Yeah.
So I recognize it's a very awkward way to sit. So I appreciate it. We're going to get answers in. 5.
Can you use my final repeat?
You can. All right, JD, that's your final repeat. The question again in Star Wars. Which Star Wars film features the use of a captain's medallion to sneak aboard a ship? Yeah, do you know the answer now? That's bad. We watched all of these. It's not good.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Gonna get answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Richie, who bet 0.
The Last Jedi.
And JD.
Rogue One.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We were looking for The Rise of Skywalker. Well, sort of hovering around it, but JD will lose 1 point. Still in it. Still a 2-point game. The score is 11-9. Richie in the lead. As we get to the final category that you can put points on, and that category is DC. Let's get bets, starting with JD.
I went with 2 because if I don't get 2, I lose anyways.
Some people aren't sure about that. We'll go to Richie.
Yeah, so I went with 1. We'll see what happens.
All righty, we will have a winner after this point, or after this question. Your question in the category of DC. In the Lego Batman movie, which movie villain is accidentally destroyed by a fireball blast from the giant Kraken? You've seen this one. You don't remember anything about it. That's fair. It probably looks like I'm talking to a dog on the floor because of the angst I'm looking at. But yeah, Richie, just make sure both.
Can I use my last repeat?
You can. All right. That is the final repeat of the match. The question again. In the Lego Batman movie, which movie villain is accidentally destroyed by a fireball blast from the giant Kraken? No, we can't have a dog. It's too expensive. I would like a dog, but
That's why I'm playing.
I'm not playing. I'm just saying I'm being serious. But answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with JD
Voldemort?
and Richie.
It's a penguin.
And your winner, Richie Goodacre. Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We're looking for Sauron. Sauron was the correct answer. JD loses 2 points. Richie loses 1, which means Richie winds up on top 10-7. Great match overall. Great, just good back and forth. I think both players had really good round ones, then sort of struggled in round 2. You get an opponent's choice, and you get a category that you take a risk on. And then you see 2 not great round 2s, but it's good because it kept it close. And then the betting round was just back and forth the whole time. Overall, a really great match. Excited for the players. Congrats to Richie on being 2-0. But let's hear how the players are feeling in the post-match interviews. JD, didn't go your way this time, but you came in wanting to have fun. Took some big swings. You were coming out with the lead at multiple points throughout round 3. Maybe a bet differently here and there, and that changes it. But now both of Richie's opponents can tell you how much they hate the betting round. But at the end of the day, Richie played a good game, won it, but you played a good game to match him. How are you feeling about your performance?
I feel good about my performance. As I said, it's the betting round. I was like, the one that I was like, okay, I'm going to take a risk on because I had the lead at that point. I'm like, but I wasn't sure about. I probably should have gone to 0 there. Mm-hmm. And then, again, the one that I was like 50. The one I was like, it could be good, but now I've lost a point, so now I can't take that risk. And then,
yeah, that's usually how it goes. But JD, 1-1, not a bad record. Many great players have started out at 1-1. Now that you're at an even record, is there anyone you're hoping to play against to get that record back above 500?
Nah, I think is that I'm open to anyone. I'm looking to improve, and I'm looking to, like I said, have fun.
Yeah.
If the championship comes, the championship comes. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have fun around the way.
Sounds like a plan. JD, congratulations on a match well played. We'll see you next time for sure. Richie Goodacre, 2-0 in Fandom fights. Very, very good start. JD outplayed you in one round, and then you outplay him in another round, and at the end of the day, you wind up on top. I think it was a really good match back and forth, even getting assigned opponent's choice, and you it sucks because as a new player, sometimes you can hide what you don't necessarily want, but you literally spun away from a thing and then landed and then basically said, hey, JD, give me whatever you want. So a little bit of bad luck, but ultimately it wound up in your favor. Richie, how you feeling about your second win?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to continue to ride this wave. I'm happy. I don't think my dog is that happy. You heard that growl, but you know what? I don't deal with that negativity. But yeah, well, it's good. I think it like last time it came down to the betting round, and I think I just I kind of just use my smarts to try and I'm worried. I've been in leagues before where I've bet, maybe I've had the lead and a bit too much, and then I've gotten too cocky and then I've fumbled. So I'm always very cautious on that. So I'm glad I was able to come through there. So yeah, again, I'm just 2-0. That wasn't what I was expecting going into this, but You know, I'm I'm chuffed. I'm happy for it. We'll see how long it happens.
Yeah, it's good. You seem to know how to navigate the betting round already. I don't think you've made a bad bet yet. So that's something not a lot of rookie players have. So it's great. You are going to get one more match before the end of the year. You're going to be playing against the other 2-0 rookie of this year, Joseph Olivas. Joseph, big name in Melee and stuff like that, but new to Fandom. So any thoughts about going up against Joseph?
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely like a big test. I love Joseph. He's a hell of a competitor. Look, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to the matchup. We'll see what happens. I'll can only do my best.
Great, love it, love the spirit. Can't wait to see that match. Richie, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next time. And that'll bring us to the end of this here Fandom Fights match. Great match in my personal opinion. Excited to see both these players come back. But thank you to both the players, to Richie, to JD. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Tim for editing this one. And we'll see you all next time with another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.